As the starter gets to the top level of the ladder and the field is poised, set and ready. Snowdome completes the line. Goes up, light goes on. They stand ready, 1,200 metres. He holds them there. Racing now though, Sava 2XL got out brilliantly, missing a triple missile and away very smartly, overpass, quickly driving across for par. Man Crush, Hot Z drives up, going forward Oscar's Fortune as well shortly after the start. Likewise Flying Missile from Resort Man, My Bella May. Outside of those Fanta, and then came Ripcord, Red Can Man, Triple Missile, then deeper out Clemenceau, followed further back Snowdome, and then came Go Forward Laver Rod settling down at the tail end of the field. 600 left to go. Sava 2XL. It's the Territorian who leads the Sydney Sider overpass. Man Crush having to work out there 3 deep. Hot Z beautifully placed down near the inside from Flying Missile. And then came the 3-year-old Oscar's Fortune, who's getting a beautiful drag into the race. My Bellarmé, the stablemate, cut the corner. Sava 2XL headed for home. Overpass. He's run right out to the middle of the track, but he's stormed to the lead. Overpass bounds away. Hot Z into the clear. Oscar's Fortune runs on. It's Overpass. Oscar's Fortune trying valiantly, but he comes away Overpass and he wins it again. Overpass, more Baker's Delight in Perth. Wins from Oscar's Fortune and Ripcord charging home the other 3-year-old. Right behind those Red Can Man, My Bellarmé and Hot Z, followed further back by Laver Rod, then Snowdome, Triple Missile, Resort Man, Flying Missile, Man Crush. In behind them, Sava 2XL, and amongst the last of them home when they'd pulled up, back there is Fanta in company as well with Go Forward and Clemenceau.
Well, talk about taking a race by the scruff of the neck and owning it from the start to the finish. Josh Parr speared Overpass out of the gates. He didn't care what led. He was happy to sit outside Sava 2XL. But what about that moment around the home turn when he steered Overpass to the centre of the track? He had one thing in mind, the path he wanted to be in. There was half a scare. The locals cheered when the 3-year-old dashed up on the inside. Oscar's Fortune. But this race is all about Josh Parr, Björn Baker, and the horse who has now won the Quokka and the Winterbottom, and who knows, I reckon he'll be back here to try and win the Quokka again in April.
And the best part about it is we've got a Group 1 against his name now. He's a Group 1 winner. Obviously the Quokka's big money, but it doesn't have the status. But what we do have now is a Group 1 against the name of Overpass. He's won 5, 6 horses off the field, and Duff at the top of the home straight, he just exploded.
Yeah, he read the play. He obviously wasn't asleep in the jockey's room, Josh Parr. He's been watching these races all day and he says, I'll take you all running here. This is mine. He got uninterrupted passage outside Sava 2XL, the more of a miler, and he's just outsprinted him. What about these 2 3-year-olds? They've overachieved. Oscar's Fortune, first racing preparation, and Ripcord, their turn may well come. And Red Can Man did his thing running an honest race, and as does My Bellarmé battling into fifth position. But a great decision to bring him over, and he's the pride of Perth, the Sydney Sider. A great race for the interstate travellers, this one.
Yes, there's hugs all round here as Björn Baker is about to talk to Lockie Taylor. After this win, you've won a Quokka and now you've won a Winterbottom. Here's Björn Baker.
Thanks, Greg. Björn, how does that sit? It's been an incredible year for your stable. You've gone from strength to strength. We've talked of a 5-timer at Rose Hill, Osmosis at Randwick, Osmosis in the Coolmore, and now Overpass in the Winterbottom. How special is that?
Yeah, Lockie, it's an amazing race. I said 4 international superstars have won this race. Australian sprinting superstars. Take Over Target, Miss Andretti Hortensia, take over that, and Buffering. And to win this race is pretty amazing. With Derby Racing, very special. Josh Parr rode him like the best horse, and what a year he's had. He He's won the Golden Eagle, he's won the Quagga, he's a big race rider, and just absolutely thrilled. This horse deserves it, no doubt.
He certainly does. On the ride from Josh, he settled outside the leader within a twinkling of an eye. Was it always his intention to come out to the middle of the track once they straightened up for home?
I just leave it to Josh. Be positive, leave it to you, mate. Whatever you want to do, you want to lead, you want to sit off, but be positive. Got to be positive. We've got to utilise that early speed, and no, it's great. I really thought he could win the Everest, and I'm not saying he was unlucky in any way, shape or form, but I just don't know if he had his best day or whether he would have quite won. So it's good to see him really bounce back.
We all know he won the Quokka in the autumn. 6, 7, 8 months on, has he come back a bigger, stronger horse physically and mentally?
Oh, he's fairly laid back, and I thought he looked great. We're very lucky we're staying with Simon Miller. He's looked after us. He's looked after me better, really, really well. Bobby, who looks after him, she looked after Osmosis. She looked after him in the autumn, and she'll be dead keen to get back to the Quokka. So I've got an amazing team around me. I'm so grateful to them. My wife Andrea and the kids at home. Love you guys.
I tell you what, you must love that lucky bar downstairs, and you must love Perth. Well done.
I love them both. As Greg Radley looks on, I love Australia, mate. Maybe I made the wrong decision going to Sydney. I don't know. I love it.
You're always welcome here.
Really good fun, and we've been so well received, and so grateful to everyone. Very, very special, a time-honoured race. I don't know if my old man's still up, 10:20 in New Zealand, but love you guys too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, Bjorn. And Josh Parr has gone over the scales, and I think he's very close to having a chat to Scotty Embry after one of the most memorable Winterbottom rides that we've seen.
Thank you, Greg. I do have Josh Parr. He's pretty happy about it too, and why wouldn't he be? Josh, you were here, and he was too good in a Quokka. It's a very different situation here today because this has got Group 1 status. Exactly right. I'm so proud of this horse. He's deserved a Group 1 victory for some time now. He's just kept raising the bar every time he's needed to, and I'm just thrilled for the horse, thrilled for the team. And I must be honest, I sat here, it's been quite a long day, and I think the reason for that is I've watched race after race with horses sitting back off the speed and swooping down the middle of the track, and to be honest with you, it was starting to really play on my mind. So really pleased to be able to come out and trust the horse's ability to race forward and put the race to sleep. Top of the home straight, your idea to come away from the inside or the horse's idea? No, definitely mine, but I'm very thankful that he was on the same page as me. He's like, yeah, whatever you say, sir. So out we went. I had a good look at the track earlier this morning. Even though we've got a really dry circuit, the middle to outside of this track just seems to be, what's the best way to put it? I guess the inside's just really lush and really long grass, and I thought there's faster ground just simply because of the shorter grass out towards the middle. So, and then the pattern backed that up. So I'm very happy to win. When you press the button, you didn't just take him sideways, but he also exploded because he went straight past Sava to Excel. He was left there a sitting duck, but that margin was just so great that you put on him so quickly. Yeah, exactly right, and that's the turn of speed this horse has when he's right. I don't think I've ever been more confused after a race than I was in the Everest due to his performance. I was so confident going into the race, and something wasn't right, and we didn't see the speed, we didn't see the turn of foot. But when I saw him here yesterday when I arrived, I reported back to our team that my team that I was very, very thrilled to see the condition that he was in, and he's backed that up. Scarily, is that a better win than what he produced in the Quokka? Oh, I guess based on the pattern of the track, yeah, you could make a suggestion for that. He did beat Amelia's Jewel though in the Quokka, so that's a fair notch in his belt. How long are you staying in Perth, or do you have to head home now? No, well, I'll be home tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning. But I look forward to having a meal with the team. Bjorn's been great to me and this horse. Derby Thoroughbreds have been a great supporter of mine. Bobby, who strapped the horse here today, she's been with him for 2 weeks. She came over for the Quokka and did a fantastic job then too. So
without Bobby's help, there's no way this victory would be possible.
Might be taking a Group 1 trophy out of WA, but we're pretty happy to have you here. Well done.
Thank you very much.
There's Josh Parr, the winning rider. Scott Darby from Darby Racing, part of the ownership group, the man who put this syndicate together. It's another wonderful story for syndication in Australian racing.
Syndication is so big in Australia, as you know. They've won all the big races, from Melbourne Cups to Golden Slippers, and I think he's become a WA horse, this.
I think you might have to bring him back for the Quokka to try and defend his crown.
Well, we've got Cameron Byers here, part of the Ram Racing. They were huge in bringing him over for the Ram Racing. And what are we announcing? Quokka 2024?
Quokka 2024,
so that's the deal done now.
That's the deal done now.
So Ram Racing have still got your slot?
Yes.
And you've just invited Overpass to come back and defend?
Yes, we have, and we've done the deal today.
We might have to do a little bit better deal, but...
No, the deal's done.
A couple more beers.
I tell you what, I think he's a better horse.
Yeah. Mate, that was explosive today. A lot of pressure being the favourite. We came over here with the Quokka as a 10-12 to 1 shot, and we thought he could get the job done, but that was brilliant.
I just want to take you right back to the very start, your first Group 1 winner, Yankee Rose, who now is the mother of Liberty Island, who was runner-up in the Japan Cup behind Equinox, a champion. She's a champion in her own right. Can you imagine that when you first started, that now your first Group 1 winner is on a world stage?
Not at all. Not at all. 2016, Yankee Rose, second in the slipper, won our first Group 1 in the size produce, and she kicked it all off, and now she's produced her own freak.
Yeah.
She was a bit of a freak herself, and here we are here today.
And what's this, 7 now? 7 Group 1 wins for you?
7 Group 1s, and they're hard to come by. All credit to my team. We've got Lauren Wadsworth here, does a fantastic job. Mark Holland, Steve, Amy, my beautiful wife, Edwina. We're just thrilled.
Well done. How many in the ownership of this horse, Overpass?
23.
23 people get to share in a Group 1 victory.
And they love every minute of it.
That trophy's waiting for you.
Thank you.
Well done, Lauren. Well done, Cameron. The deal's been done. Back for the Quokka in April. Ronnie, I'm sure you've had a look at the replay again, and Scotty, we've just been taking it all in. Björn Baker, he's his own travelling sideshow. Wherever he goes, he doesn't have to move anywhere from Sydney. He's racing for the big bucks over there. He'll just travel around the country. He went to Melbourne and won the Coolmore with Osmosis. He's come to Perth and won the Quokka Winterbottom double. He's had his greatest season ever. And this horse Overpass is the horse that just keeps on giving.
And would you have to expect that it come the Quokka next year? We're absolutely every chance of seeing another clash. Amelia's Jewel returning in that sort of race and takes on Overpass. He is a draw card in his own right. He gets people to the races, and after an explosive win like that, anybody that's seen that on track here today, you can guarantee that they're buying a ticket to Quokka Day.
Yep, the Quokka's 1 year old, and it's we're already talking about it. You know, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And you're going to get you can already start lining up the horses now, and I'm still trying to get over. I didn't expect that coming, where he just peels to the middle of the track like he was chiming in down the middle.
Yes.
And the speed didn't. Sometimes we see speed in these races, and they all get terrified. We don't see the speed that eventuates there is on paper.
Well, I think it also caught Darren McCauley by surprise, because normally he's one for a cliche or some sort of descriptor. He's an absolute sucker for hung like a wisdom tooth, and he couldn't even get it out.
No one expected that, but when it comes to Josh Parr, you should expect the unexpected. He can do things like that. He cut his teeth on little tracks like Wyong and Gosford, and he rides them very well. He's thinking. He's always thinking.
And Bjorn said exactly that post-race when I spoke to him, Greg. He said that he just left it completely up to Josh. He was actually almost unaware that Josh was going to do that, and you're completely right. I think he just rode the horse on feel, and he got to the 500 and said, hello, let's go out to the middle of the track.
I think he knew, but if it didn't work out, he would have blamed Josh and said, I didn't know about that.
Like a good trainer does.
We've just seen the head on here, and the horse Oscar's Fortune is 4 deep with cover, who's actually ended up inside of him. That's how far up the track he's worked, and Oscar's Fortune doesn't quite know what racing's all about. He's still ducked back to the fence.
What an exciting prospect he is going forward. Now, he'll be in the Quokka.
And so will Ripcord. Ripcord's run third. The 2 3-year-olds at Weight for Age have finished second and third respectively. You'd be signing both of them up, no worries.
It's so hard. Now, these inexperienced 3-year-olds, and that's what they are. This other horse, Overpass, he's been in every dogfight over in the east. He's travelled all over the country. He's traversed the country. He's been up to Brisbane. He's been in the biggest of races in Sydney. It's impossible to think these inexperienced 3-year-olds could even match it with them. But what about them in 12 months?
Well, Oscar's Fortune made his debut on the 30th of August this year.
Incredible.
This is his first racing preparation.
He may have one, maybe a week and a half off in the paddock in between one of those runs as we transition from Belmont to Ascot. But for the most part, he's done a lot wrong throughout his campaign as well. I remember I was at Northam for his debut run. He didn't load. He then went back to the Belmont trials on the Monday and won on the Wednesday at Belmont. He is just an absolute freak of a talent, and I can't wait to see him in 6 or 12 months.
We're talking about these 3-year-olds, and I'm desperate to have another look at this Keshi Boom, who might be better than all of them.
Exactly.
When are we going to see her? She's out in the paddock, is she?
She is. She's been scratched from the Northerly already, so I think we'll have to wait for the autumn. And, well, you make a good point, Duff. Could they prep her, Grant and Alana Williams? We know how good they are. Could they prep her to race 1200 fresh in a quokka? Time will only tell.
Yes. Well, if he's there, and we just saw the deal done over a handshake, he's coming back. They'll want to be good to beat him because he thrives over here. He thrives over here.
He's the starting point in any talk of markets or pecking order. He's the one they need to beat.
And these 3-year-olds will be a little bit older and a bit more wiser, another prep under their belt. They'll get closer.
And I like the way Western Australia's going with these two races, the Winterbottom and the Quokka, because they can run off each other. When the slot came in for the Everest, it was thought about as a bit of a joke. Well, it turned out to be one hell of a joke. But you guys over here invented your own slot race, and already it's become your biggest race. You've got your biggest crowd. You've got your biggest involvement with people of Perth coming out and embracing what it was.
Exactly right. We've ran a Winterbottom Stakes only 10 minutes ago, and we're already talking about the quokka.
That's what it does.
Exactly right. We're talking about Overpass. We're talking about Ripcord. We're talking about Oscar's Fortune. These horses that will be in the quokka, it's just such an exciting race.
And the beauty about it is the timing of it too, because now these horses get an opportunity and they can be tipped out now and you can aim them up. It's a different preparation, it's a different campaign. The timing is right, the distance in terms of months between the Winterbottom and the quokka, so you can get horses like an Overpass or in future years, whoever the raiders are that come for a Winterbottom, you can justify coming, going and coming back again.
And the money's right.
The money's right. 5 million. Gone up to, what was it last year? 4. Up to 5. And with the turnover, I believe how strong it was, like the Everest, it's been able to grow to 20 million. On the back of turnover, I think you're going to see that grow as well.
Oh, without doubt.
It's going to go to 6 and 7. It'll be 10 before you know it.
Without doubt. And not only do we have the quokka on the day, we have the Karrakatta, our premier 2-year-old race. It's just becoming such a big race day, which everyone's so excited for.
Well, we're happy because Sky's taken a slot this year, Ronnie. We weren't in the first one. So
we're not going to get Overpass.
Are you two in charge of the slot?
Oh, Ronnie appoints himself in charge.
Only on the good ones that run well.
I think just between you and me, I think he'd like to get Keshi Boom.
Sounds like it.
Nice and fresh.
Yeah. Well, it's something to look forward to. You don't have to wait 12 months for another great sprint, do you?
No, exactly right. It's only, what is it, 6-7 months away? Not even.
I know we always have the argument year in, year out, what is the best race across the pinnacles, but it is awfully hard to argue with a weight for age sprint.
Yes, exactly right. The Winterbottom, we're so strong with the sprinters and they will travel from the east. It's surprising this year we only got one. And I'm not counting Savatu XL, but I mean from the Eastern Carnivals that have just concluded. I'm very surprised you didn't get more than Overpass, like you have in the past. Next year you might have 3 or 4.
Well, I think that maybe it was unfortunate that say Godolphin couldn't come. Last year Valana was here and so was Pilelli, and he takes out that Group 1 feature. So I'm sure that Perth Racing will be straight on the phone to try and get them back again next year.
Just, is that Bjorn Baker?
Oh, he's winding this crowd up. They love him.
He's just finished the presentation.
I think he's shouted espresso martinis for the course.
Well, the word on the street here in Perth was that he had a big day yesterday. I think he's had a big day throughout the races today, and God help him and his liver tonight.
Yes, and it's been, looking at that video earlier, it's been a very emotional week. I think it's about to get a lot more emotional tonight.
Yeah, great country Australia.
It's a great country Australia, and what a great country Western Australia is.